Welcome to our daily devotional brought to you by Crossroads Presbyterian Church. Our inspiration came this year from the Advent Jesse tree, following Jesus' family tree. We have been looking at 25 stories and symbols that trace the heritage of Jesus from the beginning of creation. And we've been connecting with someone from church. So today we're talking to Mary Shigoda. Hi, Mary.
Hi, Jenny.
Mary lives in Saukville with her husband Dave. They have 2 grown children and 2 granddaughters with 1 more on the way. Dave and Mary have been at Crossroads for more than 25 years. So Mary, tell us about a significant member of your family tree represented by a meaningful ornament.
Thank you, Jenny. Thank you so much for inviting me to participate in this virtual Advent project at Crossroads. It's been so fun to watch all of the other Crossroads staff and church members tell their stories. And so now I'll share one of mine with you all. This is the ornament that I want to share. Bring her in right close there. This ornament was made by my younger daughter, Bridget, in 1998. So she was 12 years old at the time. And what's also significant about this was she made this ornament, plus many others over the years, through her participation in Wednesday night programming at Crossroads. Then it was called Youth Club. And there were 4 segments of Youth Club. One of them was called Worship Arts. And this was one of the projects that they did that year for Christmas in Worship Arts. And so this and several other ornaments that she and her sister Melissa made still grace our Christmas tree every year. And it reminds us not only of them, but also of all of the wonderful Wednesday evenings we spent as a family participating in the Youth Club. So that's our story. Thank you for letting us share it.
That is fun. Thank you, Mary. We all have some homemade ornaments that we have on our trees. That's great. Well, we have a story from Scripture that helps us learn about Jesus' family tree, and it's the story of the Magi from the East from Matthew chapter 2. And our ornament that represents this picture is a picture of a star. A small side note, did you know that way back in the book of Numbers, a prophecy about Jesus was written? Chapter 24, verse 17 says, I see him, but not now. I behold him, but not near. A star will come out of Jacob. A scepter will rise out of Israel. So before Isaiah called Jesus a branch that would come out of the stump of Jesse, Balaam the prophet called Jesus a star that would come out of Jacob. Anyway, God uses the stars to proclaim to the world that the Messiah had been born. Having foreigners from faraway countries come to visit Jesus when he was little is a beautiful picture for us to see how vast God's love for the world is. Not just the people of Israel, whom he had been leading and teaching for centuries. God's relationship with Israel was the example for what God wanted between himself and all people of the world. No one from Israel told the Magi about the birth of Jesus. God did, through the stars in the sky. Jesus came to save all people. So remembering the story of the Magi helps us understand who Jesus is and why he came to earth. So thank you for joining us today. Thank you, Mary.
Welcome.
Thanks to many of you for joining us throughout this Advent season. Merry Christmas, everyone.
Merry Christmas.